Going live here on TikTok, live on Kick. Be doing some editing, some posting, be checking stuff out. Make sure everyone can hear and see me. And that's cool. But yeah, I got banned from YouTube for a week. So ran back to check out my old TikTok account from 1.5 years ago. It's still here, growing ever slightly. So I was going to start putting some stuff up here, posting. Wonder if I can post on the computer while I'm live on the phone. I'll have to see if I can do that. There we go. Let's see. Let's flip this. Trying to make it all weird. That's a lot better. I have a high cam. Might add for you. That is a little bit better. All right, so let me pop this. See if you popping in here on Kick. Throw some music. Unfortunately, TikTok won't give me a stream key. So I can't bring you into the lives with the sound I get here, but you could hop over to those. But yeah, if you pop in, if you like the stream, give me a follow. I'm gonna have a lot of content coming soon. Like I said, I want to see if I can post here while live. That would be really cool. I think I might be able to. That'd be really fun. There we go. That's a little bit better. All right, we gotta pop this out. Pop out the chat. There we go. Yeah, you guys are gonna like this one. I'm gonna drop a. It's pretty funny. I post all kinds of crazy stuff. So one of my gaming streams, I had somebody carry me so badly that I had to make it into a meme, and I had seen the meme, so I made it custom just for this guy. And so I'm gonna post that. Then I'm gonna post some serious stuff right after that, but this had to go because it's just funny. Just waiting for people to pop in chat here. Pop that out. There we go. Sweet, so I got the chat stacked. Let's see if I could open another screen and get the TikTok stream chat on my computer. We're testing this out, guys. Trying to be professional here. It's important. Like I need to get it a little bit. That's a little bit better. All right. Camera angle's pretty close to my other camera now. Okay. Go back to my upload here. That's pretty funny. Okay. Throw a comment in the kick if you can hear me. Duo streaming right now. But yeah, I'm pretty excited because I wanted this. I had a lot of content to edit, to post. And then I got the message. You're banned for a week. Got a content strike. I'm just like, really, bro? I had somebody who works for the RFK Jr. campaign come into one of my streams. I was going over some stuff with him and someone else. And they just got too comfortable saying stuff they're not allowed to talk about. So, got axed. It's frustrating. So, now I gotta edit some stuff so that I have a catalog to drop when I get back. Trying to see if I can find my own live. Steal the chat. I don't know how they do that here. That's okay. I can see it on the phone. I got it right here. So you're right here. And right here is my camera, main camera for the stream. So you just got the vertical angle, but it's the same angle. But I got to stream for 30 hours on Kick as one of the requirements to get monetized over there. Because I have 14,000 on here on TikTok and 14,000 on YouTube.
There's only two to choose. Thinking about adding to my arsenal, cause this a clown world and I ain't playing in your carnival. Got that red dot, I'm dialed and don't wanna be marginal. Plus I got the spirit in my heart, yeah, that's my particle. I'm a gun-toting Bible thumper, we gon' keep it live this summer. Bryson, why they mad? Cause we been, but we still doing numbers. Hollow tip, yeah, I'm a Christian, but I got that thunder. So my coat and got a Glock so you could try to plunder. Gun-toting Bible thumper, we gon' keep it live this summer. Bryson, why they mad?
But yeah, I gotta knock out these hours. Knock out the hours, get the followers. Kick seems pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to bother with Twitch at all because they're squishy, man. Like, for one, they steal half the money or more. And then two, their rules suck. Like, there's people just getting permabanned for all kinds of stuff. And then other people doing crazy stuff, and then they get favoritism, you know, and they get let through. Slap on the wrist, and then they can get back to it. So I'm not about it at all. Can't do it.
Sorry for spitting the truth. Sorry for dissing that dude. Sorry for missing the point of the criticism. I was blinded by diamonds and loot. I apologize to all you guys. Y'all were right. I was out my mind. I went too far. I did too much. The haters were right when they said I suck. I did my best. It did nothing for me. I gave my guts and got lost in glory. I'm standing here while you sit before me. There's nothing left but to say I'm sorry. Sorry, that doesn't bother me. I don't owe anybody an apology. I don't have no regrets in my biology. Reload and shoot for the stars. Y'all look like astronomy. No one as hot as me. Copy me commonly. Wannabes, y'all are so shockingly comedy. Carry the weight of my songs all on top of me. I will not break. I'm not made out of pottery. Bury your bodies on acres of
Freedom to think means Slavish adherence to Donald Trump or actual freedom to think. Slavish. Ah, okay. Okay. I mean, it's freedom to think. Not freedom to think like you, probably. But it depends. I like RFK Jr. too. But basically, there's a narrative that the mainstream puts out. A lot of it is completely incorrect. And people who disagree with the fake reality get thrown into really messed up boxes. Canceled, deplatformed, defamed. I'm all for differences of opinions, but Trumpers are not free-thinking people. Okay. A lot of people who hate Trump and Trumpers hate them based on a whole lot of things that are just absolutely not true. And that's provable. But I also am good for difference of opinions. Is there a difference between censorship and people not caring what you have to say? Yeah, there's a huge difference. If I post something and no one cares, it gets 0 views. If I post something and then a lot of people care, but they silence it And for example, I'm banned on YouTube right now for a week for stuff that's true that was said during my stream. That's messed up. So if people don't care, then yeah, they just don't listen. And that's fine. I'm totally good with meritocracy. If you suck and everything you say is pointless and boring and no one wants to see it, whatever. But silencing dissenting opinions that are correct is where I have a massive issue. And the people who put themselves in charge of that have been wrong about everything for years and years and years. So I would say it needs to be all or nothing. You let people have free speech and they're free to be wrong, and then they can debate the points and figure out what's right and what's wrong. But right now we have one side who's putting themselves in charge of what can be said. And then, you know, like you said, thinking that the other side isn't free thinking and is a bunch of morons and all that, you know. It's like, okay, based on the straw you get your information through that's filtered by these people, you know. When one's politics is based on the personality of a political figure, I think it limits thought. Okay. Is it also fair to say there's a right-wing media filter as well? Yeah, absolutely. I usually get about equal quantities of media stuff from each side. And there was a period during the Rona time where all of them were on the payroll spreading lies. So that was pretty awakening to the people who are considered far right. They're just like, wait a second. The right side media is lying to us too. It's like, yeah, they are. Only the poorly educated support Trump. Yeah. I guess so. I'm not smart enough to be brainwashed. The well-educated think Bidenomics are working, so that's its own thing.
I just wanna be a legend while I'm still alive. It seems like hella rappers going platinum when they die. It's gravestones. It's gravestones. Every single night has been a blur.
You get the impression they think in increments of 10 minutes. See, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It's like an insult, but it... Okay. You're like, you're just so stupid, you know? Like... nuance. That's right. It's nuance. Yeah, I've seen those amazing debates where like Biden signs a bunch of executive orders that trash the futures market for the oil pricing, and then prices go up, and then they say, no, it's not what he did directly, it's nuance. And it's like, yeah, okay, I got you. It's not cause and effect. It's more than that. Anyway, it is very interesting to see Trump get indicted, RFK Jr. get deplatformed, Biden falling asleep in meetings, falling up the stairs, incoherent babbling, and being put up on the pedestal by the media and the elite. He's not the platformed. Look, for someone who keeps like really trashing the uneducated Trumper, you've got a lot of mistakes in your typing. I'm just pointing out the facts there. Yeah, no, you're not trashing them. You're just saying that they're uneducated. They don't think in increments beyond 10 minutes. They don't understand nuance. Okay, well, I'm mixing up the chat then. I apologize. But I would say the nuance is usually just they lied before and now they're covering up the lie later. And you're like, no, it's not that we just absolutely lied. It's nuance. The strain evolved. The science changed. That kind of thing. So. Hey, Stevie. They're fake woke. What's up? Just came from watching the live stream last night, about halfway through that. Oh, well, that's what's up, dude. Yeah, I'm just, I'm streaming here on Kick and on TikTok at the moment. But I'm trying to figure out how to get multi-stream going. And having people remotely calling in for interviews. I got one set up with another guy on the RFK Jr. campaign later. Said nuance doesn't mean lies, though. I don't share the low trust environment you think we're mired in. So I'm sorry, does that mean that you're trusting the people who are lying about all kinds of stuff all the time? And that we're in a different environment because you trust them and I don't? Or are you saying that you're in a better environment that has justified high trust wherever you're from? I'm not saying that in a rude way. I'm just curious. Because, yeah, here in America with the American media, the trust is about nil and deserves to be even less than that. When Kramer says to, like, buy a stock, you better sell all of it immediately. You know, black and white thinking never solves anything. Okay. You think the government lies, yeah. And the media lies. And they have tentacles from the government working in cahoots. That's the issue that we're dealing with. And one side is pretty strongly in control of both right now. And I was like a classic New York liberal who hated Bush. So it's not like I'm wholly dedicated to a side here. I just don't like the media and the government situation we have. And one side's getting persecuted, deplatformed, banned, losing money and livelihood for saying things that are correct. And then the other side can say things that are wrong and get away with it. That's where we have a polarized situation. And people who are like, oh, I'm a centrist, I don't get behind the whole duality of whatever. It's like, well, right now there's a duality and one side's persecuted and the other side is praised. So it's pretty rough. You're not saying I'm part of a side. Well, I'm on the side of freedom. And right now, that seems to be significantly more on the right side. If that changed, I would stay on the side of freedom. Said you don't buy the narrative that one side is persecuted and the other side is praised. Well, that is true. Whatever the left wing pushed in the Rona narratives became doctrine even when it was completely false. And the people who didn't adhere to it were openly persecuted for being correct in their assessment of the false situation, including myself, to the tune of a bunch of money and time, work suspensions, gigs lost. And then, as I said, I've got Facebook where I'm not allowed to boost posts. This is my 4th TikTok account because it's been banned repeatedly. And YouTube, I'm currently banned. So to say the left side is not praised when they spread lies about Trump, which influence the way people view him over and over and over again for years, like provable lies that have been proved in court. And then they just act like they weren't and keep saying the lies. And they get views and views and views and views when they should be shut down and canceled for spreading misinformation. But then I get shut down for spreading misinformation when I say things that are true across platforms or in the real world in my workplace. Going back to nuance, could it be that the governments make mistakes? Mistakes aren't lies. That's funny. Yeah, well, I make mistakes too, and they're persecuting me and saying they're lies, even when they're the truth. So it's like I tell the truth, and they're like, oh, well, you messed up and spread misinformation, so you got to go. It's like, well, I didn't know it was misinformation. And it's funny because when it turns out to not be misinformation, but then I still get punished anyway. And the people on the other side don't get punished for spreading misinformation. That is 2 sets of rules for each side. You complain about censorship on a platform with allegations of Chinese government interference. Well, yeah, because I'm banned on YouTube right now, which, by the way, our government is pushing for censorship across media. So, what do you mean the truth is a relative thing? Not really. Like the your truth thing is a communist Marxist doctrine that you can develop a separate truth to have people adhere to. You talk about censorship, but here we are talking, here you are now. Correct, I am censored on other platforms, and I was censored on this platform, left and came back a year and a half later to an old account. Like, you're just talking in circles, my dude. Other platforms have Centerview, they're private companies. Are you kidding me right now? You got Facebook donating like 90% to the Democrat campaign and the Zuckerboxes. You're going to say that the private companies are all centrist? Are you serious? Look, we can have a difference of opinion. But if I would say when you go beyond 90% in voting or funding one side, then that would disqualify you from being centrist. Yeah. Corporations are people, it's a private enterprise. Yeah, and the private enterprise and all the people in it are coordinating with the intelligence agencies to push one side and giving money to that one side and censoring the other side. So you can't say that that's centrist. I didn't say a company needs to be centrist. You said they're center in your scrolling. Other platforms have a center view. They're private companies. That's what you said. Do you have proof of that? Because when people say they have access to intelligence, I become dubious. Well, yeah, they had hearings. Right now, the Twitter is getting subpoenaing Senator Warren for the documents of her reaching out to Twitter to censor other people, have stuff removed. I mean, that's what the Twitter leaks were. Matt Taibbi was releasing all of the documentation about Twitter, the Twitter files, having the government reach out and say, hey, we need to get rid of this, we need to censor this, we need to cancel this. Investigations are gathering of facts. Hearings aren't truth. Dude, documents are truth. So they have the hearings, and then they show the documents, and then the documents show, hey, here's an email from this person and this person here's what the email said. Here it is physically for you to look at. Man, I feel like I'm in a thread, just like Facebook arguing, and the person's just having fun trolling. So if the media is rife with lies, what is the solution? Well, I would say the freedom to think. So you can disagree with me, I can disagree with you, and we can debate based on whatever we think and whatever we have as factual. So if you have an email and it's not disputed as correct, then as real, you can look at the email and say, okay, this email happened. This is what it reads in the email. And so if the email says, hey, Twitter employee, it's me from the FBI again. I need you to censor these people. Then we can say, one, that's an infringement on our rights. And then B, you look at who are they asking to be censored. Oh, they're all conservative and they're all saying things that are true. Well, then that would be the government interfering on the side of one party and censoring people who are saying things that are correct from one party. And then they're not doing it for people who are saying incorrect things from the other party. And that's what happened. That's what's been happening. And that's why I'm here and not on YouTube right now. Because I'm deplatformed for saying things that are correct on a different platform.
Of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands.
What steps must media companies take for you and other like-minded people to be satisfied? Just let us say whatever. If the left can lie incessantly about Trump over and over and over again and not be shadow banned, discredited, defunded, demonetized, and deplatformed, then we need to be able to say whatever, true or not entirely true. You can't hold one person to a standard of provable truth and then the other side absolutely free reign to lie. And that's what's going on. Oh, there you go. RFK is a liberal, passes on misinformation of debunked theories. No, he's got documents and stats. Like right now, they're showing that the National Institute or the National Library of Medicine published a study that found certain things binds more strongly to certain genes in different populations, race-wise. He pointed out the study, and then they accused him of some psychotic, racist, whatever thing. And it's like, no, he just cited the study. It's a real study. Everything from the study was correct. And they're doing the same thing as to him that they did to Trump. They're taking stuff out of context. They're taking stuff that was never said, and they're making straw man arguments against him. It's like, he said this, oh my gosh, I can't believe he would say this thing, and then they argue against the thing that he didn't say. And it's like, that's what we have an issue with. Anyone can get documents and stats. You and I both know we could cherry pick information, manipulate our narrative. Yeah, we could. And I'm saying we need to be free to do that. And then whoever's the best comes out on top. But right now, you have one person, if they cherry pick their side, they get censored, deplatformed, demonetized, and canceled. And if the other person cherry picks their side, none of that happens, and they get elevated. So that's the problem. It is duality, persecution and praise, depending on which side of the spectrum you're on. And I didn't even want to be on the spectrum at all. I wasn't political at all until, a few years ago. Because it just got so out of hand. And I like the underdog, so I took that side. I'm not going to go with I'm not going with the side the state is behind, that's for sure. It's not that I can't believe he would say it. He's a conspiracy theorist, of course, he'll say that. Whoever's the best comes out on top in terms of manipulation of information? No, I'm saying in public discourse. I state my side, you state your side. Usually the truth is somewhere in the middle. Sympathy for the underdog doesn't make your argument correct, though. No, it doesn't. But I bet on history, and history shows that the side the government is on is usually to benefit their own power, not for the benefit of the people. So that has come to fruition over and over and over again. And I'm not going to be on the side of the all-powerful figures, because that's rarely beneficial for freedom. History shows that when a political stream is in office, there's backlash against it. Yeah, correct. So like when Trump tried to close down the southern border because of all the illegal activity that's going on down there, he got massive pushback from the people. No, from the corrupt people, from the cartels, and from the people who fill their coffers, which happen to be also in high positions. But that movie Sound of Freedom is out, and people are starting to see old pictures, Trump working with Tim Ballard and learning how he needed to shut that down. Trump got massive pushback because of the treatment of migrants entering the country. He also got pushback because all he would insist was a wall without any consideration for anything else. Yeah, well, we need the wall. Unhinged immigration is ruining Europe right now. France, all these places are getting destroyed because you have people who are showing up and they're basically ghosts. If you want to build a wall, that's fine. Yeah. There needs to be a wall and a door. People can come through the door. But right now, the cartel controls the border, and they're abusing children in the process of making that happen. Trump's problem, he brings personal animus to any situation he is in. Children are always going to be, well, yeah, obviously there's evil in the world always, but it needs to be rooted out, and that's a giant source of the evil. Like one of the biggest sources of the evil is the open border. So you can funnel people from all over the world through the southern border into here to be treated horribly. And that's what's happening. And you'll never get rid of all evil everywhere. That's impossible. But you can fight evil, and that's a good way to fight evil. Do I think the Republicans are agents of good faith trying to find a solution to the border? Republicans? No, Republicans suck. I'm talking about Trump. There's a handful of people on both sides that are good. The rest really are just trash. Need to fire 90% of the government on day one, and then on day two, 5% more, and then start with that. But yeah, when you hear like Republican Lindsey Graham talking about how we need to send even more money over to fight in foreign wars, and that like people being wrecked over there is the best money we ever spent is like, what? We don't need to vote for endless war. That's crazy. And that's, you know, that's people on both sides. There's people on both sides saying all kinds of crazy stuff, and I completely disagree. And I call out the people from both sides who say bad and crazy stuff. It's not a one-sided thing. But yeah, as far as at the moment, the full weight of the establishment and media and the implanted officials in all of that. Oh man, you're gonna post that? Really, bro? Worldwide aggression. I mean, yeah, I actually just got to get rid of you, man. No problem, but you're gonna get me banned here for more truth. These dudes been baiting me to try and say stuff to get me in trouble. Not happening. That's frustrating, man. It's like he asked me a question and framed it in a way where me to say the answer in a true fashion gets me like canceled on the freaking channel. I'm just like, there are specific rules that I cannot say what is going on over there. But he's like, oh yeah, you know, and, that's frustrating. Very frustrating.
My parents brought me up to treat everyone as an equal. I refuse to feel ashamed because of my pretty blue eyes. Fuck a Nazi, fuck a white supremacist, fuck anyone who labels me as that because of my family genetics. The hatred for Caucasians is so fucking pathetic. Go be proud that you're black, but don't hate me for some credit. I'm not the white devil, neo-Nazi, cop trying to pull the trigger. You can call me what you want, but I'd still never say the white race as a whole ain't the enemy. There's racist white people, but we're far from that collectively. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad. White boy, you wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy. White boy, white, no saying shit I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies, don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. If a black man is sipping on some cognac sitting next to me, I don't assume that every black's favorite drink is Hennessy. I don't dislike Tanisha because her first name isn't Stephanie. Not only is that wrong, it's a fucking waste of energy. Ivory or ebony, 45 or 17, we all bleed the same. Martin Luther King or Kennedy. They're angry, I'm reciting the facts. He's white and he raps, he stole the culture right from the blacks. Okay, he's fire, but we lit the flame, he's siphoning gas. So fuck this corny little honky man, the whitey is whack. You letting history perpetuate the hatred within, and then you paint me with the brush you painted slave owners with. Yeah. White boy, don't say that. White boy, oh you so bad.
All right.
You wish you were black. White boy, dear white boy. White boy, white, no saying shit I can't say with my white voice. White boys, white lies, don't tell me how to see it through my white eyes. I got a mother, a father, a sister, an auntie, an uncle, and a grandma that I picture when you're openly hating. And God willing, one day I'll have a kid of my own. I refuse to let you blindly hate my wife and my baby, so go ahead and hate the races. I pray for their extinction. If you want to hate the white people, just make the distinction between the ones who want the best for everyone regardless and the ones who build the system just to smother.
Christy, Bob, what's up?
Before you say it, I know what you've been thinking. How's a straight white male in 2018 bitching? You're making me the
Just editing videos on my PC, chatting with some of you guys.
no one that I call a friend has ever owned.
I hope it doesn't make me reset this.
Fuck sakes, acknowledging atrocities were wrongly committed is all that I can offer when I'm wrongly convicted. I would never hate a man for what God gave.
But I'm over on Kick streaming and then on TikTok streaming. So Seeing what we can do here. All right, somebody come in here. Talking in circles. Frustrating. All right, when you guys pop through, let me know you hear me. The trick is, from what I've heard, it says there's 3, Stevie. Steve W. I thought it was Stevie somewhere else. Maybe not. Noah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Just editing on my PC and streaming on Kick. But yeah, Steve, I got 3 viewers. I know on Kick you have to register for free. This is like definitely not Stevie. Yeah, okay. That was from a different account. But I'm just trying to figure out how to get a good workflow here where I have, like, I'm editing on Kick my video for YouTube when I'm unbanned, which I'm banned for a week. And then I have somebody come into my chat on TikTok to say that there's no polarization, there's no duality of rules for censorship and whatever. There isn't favoritism of the right versus left. And I'm just like, bro, I'm literally here because I got censored on YouTube for saying true stuff. But it was true and frustrating to the establishment, so I get canceled. But then people lie about RFK and Trump, who are against the establishment. And that's the benefit. Like, RFK at least pretends that he's on the left side. He's got policy. His policy decisions are obviously left. It's true. So I'm not gonna really dispute that. So he's the one person who is even minorly from the left that's being persecuted by the establishment that I've seen in a long time. And I am blanketly against persecution from the establishment. So I'll protect either side against that kind of BS. I'm here for freedom. You know what I mean? If you're going to tweet when you go live. All right, so Lamb of God came to the stream yesterday and told me if you sent me a 10-minute stream. Also, I snuck into on the stream. Also, I had Tyson James come into my stream when I was doing the video on his Taken. So I was pretty excited about that. So I'm editing that now. I definitely got to get that part posted in there, because I had a little chat with him back and forth into the stream. And he seems like a cool enough dude. I don't agree with everything he says exactly, but I don't agree with anyone with everything they say exactly. I snuck into a live of Tyson James when I was editing a video yesterday. And it was a constant flow of people asking and talking about the movie. And he was praising the movie. He was saying we needed to support it. And then also he said that he came out with a relevant video very recently. I don't know when it came out, just came out. But we're going to check that out after the Timcast, because I have not seen it. Okay. So I saw and then he was, anyway, instantly. Oh yeah, especially my beginning and end. So I put a lot of work into those. So did Jason Aldean's song get completely pulled off YouTube? I gotta see that. Jason Aldean, try that in a small town. Is it still there? It is still there. Okay. 9 million. Yeah, I got to do a video on that. That's going to be awesome. For sure. All right. And Dagnar, what? All right, so we're going full house here. We're listed in the algorithm.
Every day to wake
Okay, so now let me scroll through this. Chop it out. Trying to push, and that's so much. And it's just been going pick it and go see it. That's what you can do. Or helped. And Christy, thank you. Winning issue of, and this guy, I'm from, which was grandparents. We're migrant workers from Mexico. And it's just really funny swimming back in Mexico. And I'm glad I got. So, said Benjamin, wonder how many people they need that won't get recognized to pose as creepedos because Tim's face will definitely get recognized around the world. What's up? Entering the chat. Got 119 likes on the stream. That's pretty awesome. Steve says Ryan Upchurch has an interesting take on the whole canceling thing. It kind of makes sense, though I don't know that it happens all the time. Interesting. Yeah, that's curious. Because like I said, I'm excited about the RFK Jr. getting canceled. Not because I agree with it at all, but just because he's on the other side. And I support people having livelihood and a voice, even if I disagree with them. And even if they're wrong. They're like, yeah, but they're perpetuating misinformation. It's like, yes, it's that could be bad. But CNN, Fox, MSNBC, and the entire government has done a masterful job of spreading misinformation for the last 7 years of the Trump era. So, and that's proven in court. They lied or were mistaken over and over and over again. And you can't say, oh, one side's allowed to be mistaken and then the other side has to be perfect. So that's bull. They need to get rid of that crap. And Stevie, you're saying, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to say Stevie. I swear somebody was just in a stream for a while as Stevie, so it threw me off. But says he put a video on YouTube recently about it. It more pertains to musicians. Okay. Because obviously there's a big difference there between musicians and public figures and politicians and all that. Well, yeah, I just started back on TikTok. Like I said, it's something that I had a long time ago. And then they started to shadow ban me and censor me. They made it so I couldn't put a stream key in so I can stream, but it's just from my phone. That's okay. That's what most people do anyway. What TV shows do you watch? And don't say overrated Marvel. Dude, I don't watch any Marvel. My sister bought this for me, and the only reason I'm wearing it is because it's like the classic old school symbols. And I'm a dork, so periodic table of Marvel is pretty cool. I think it's funny. But yeah, no, I don't watch Marvel TV shows. I like The Office, but I haven't watched it in a while. Video games and listening to news. I listen to a lot of news. Like podcasts, not like sitting there watching the airport CNN screen. I don't want to walk off a cliff. You know what I mean? That's too much for anybody. Steve, I watch old school TV shows on DVD from the 70s and 80s mostly. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are into that. And like I said, I like The Office. And I could see 20 years from now, the Marvel TV shows devolving even more to the point where all I could tolerate is that. I like how when I type, the whole thing shakes. I don't have a wall mount for this phone, unfortunately. I'll just see. See if that does anything. So I got a lot of stuff to post. I'm just posting like mad and then editing. So I got 4 screens going right now. It's a little bit mad. Got the phone, TikTok Live, monitor here, monitor here, monitor here. That's wild. Yeah, they definitely need some help now. He can't just do it all. He's too recognizable. And it's funny how you said Tim, and I thought you were talking about because that was an issue for him, is that he started in journalism, couldn't just into the swing in. And Dagnar says when you're starting to feel a little bit, and that's going to keep the there's a lot of wing trafficking with all that, fixing it, a little bit of differences we have, you would be considered the good guys. And then anyone who doesn't exist is, this is like with his definitely he dropped. I had somebody come in the stream who basically pretended to be a centrist and then parroted every left-wing talking point that we could go on about. And I'm just like, okay, so you're saying like closing the border wouldn't really help with children. They're still going to be in trouble no matter what to like oppose Trump. And then we need to send it. I can't even debate the points. I did debate the points. It's not like I'm one of those, oh, well, you're so wrong, I can't even talk to you. I was like, oh, you're trying to make it so I'm gonna get banned for getting specific enough to debate that exact point. I'm like, dude, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Yeah, Steve says Sound of Freedom proves why they need to close the border. I agree. And that's why the best course of action is not to argue with stupid people on TikTok. No offense to the smart people in here, but it's to just make more content surrounding the movie, and I could sell the movie, people watch the movie, and then it clicks for them. This is what's going on. This is what we got to do. Let's see. It's got 24,000 views. It needs more. So, like his video, I'll link it below. Let's see. Called Taken. Definitely bad people. So now we're going to go to Tyson James. Definitely bad people. With this fakeness. Some of us is seeing some of the pictures of that dungeon, bro. Like, you got to get out of here with this fakeness. So, like I said, one side, good people. Friends that he was trafficking kids to. Like, for sure, the bad guys. Like, your thing that we have going on is the worst and most important. It's podcasters and it's artists. There's a lot of different people from different types of media. Like I said, that's crazy. All right, well, we're going to keep the party going because, as I said in the thumbnail, was and what he was doing. And then also, yeah, they definitely need some help now. He said Tim, journalism stuff, he would get blend in anymore. And I'm not necessarily going in undercover. It's podcasters and it's artists. There's a lot of different people from different types of media. Like I said, anyone with a following is trying to push for this message. I'm definitely pretty excited that there's kind of a unanimous push across media for people to just try and share and expand the reach of Sound of Freedom. I don't think there's much to debate there. I'm actually going to kill the stream and then change the... Can I change the... What does enhance mean? What? Settings. I was trying to see if I could change the title. There's got to be a way. Topics cannot be changed during the live. Okay, well, follow me. I'm going to kill this and then change the topic. I'm going to end the live. Words are important, apparently. You guys knew what I meant. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, Steve, you said you wouldn't think video editing would be that time consuming, but it is. Yeah, it is so time consuming. So it really does take a lot of the problem with our kids, with child trafficking, with all that, is the worst and most important thing. The problem. There we go. The problem with our kids, with child trafficking, with all that, is the worst and most important thing that we have going on. And it's a unifying issue because everyone on the side of fixing it, regardless of the little bit of differences we have, you would be considered the good guys. And then anyone who doesn't want to fix it or pretends that it doesn't exist is for sure the bad guys. Like you're bad, period. There is no exceptions to the rule. Yeah, so right now I am video editing my review of Tyson James Taken, which he released on the heels of Sound of Freedom. He came into my live and we chat for a minute, so I'm pretty excited about that. And yeah, I've made an outrageous amount of content between production, editing, AI, and I got a lot of it on my YouTube channel, a little bit of it here on TikTok now that I'm back on TikTok. I am currently banned on YouTube for a week, so you can still watch all my stuff on there, but I just can't post anything. So I'm not going to stop. I don't care. So I'm posting here on YouTube. I'm posting on TikTok. I'm posting on Twitter. I'm posting on Facebook. So we're just keeping the train rolling, and I'm streaming live on Kick. So if you want to pop in the Kick, it's Freedom to Think, all caps, one word, and then you can see my screen, which is me editing the video. But I need to get some followers here, some followers there, want to monetize Kick, do some more streaming over there, and then keep the videos pumping into YouTube. But it is funny because a year and a half ago when I was on YouTube, or when I was on TikTok, I had built up this account to 14K. And I was pretty sure that I was shadow banned by the end of it, which is whatever. So I went back to YouTube, and then I built that up to 14K. And it's funny because now that got banned for a week. And so now I have both of them at 14. It's funny. What I get banned for? I hosted RFK Jr., one of the members of his campaign, who was like a Discord mod. And I was just talking to him about that with a third person. And then they basically got too laxed in what they were saying, and they said some stuff. The best way to say it is they said true things that you're not allowed to say on YouTube. So I got a strike and a ban for a week. But I got work to do, so I'm just doing other things, posting other places, live here, and I'm starting to upload some of my vertical content that I have a massive amount of on this TikTok channel. So if you join me, follow me, you'll be seeing stuff. And I do gaming streams, reaction streams, news, breakdowns, wicked edits, skits, all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of all over the place. And I'm just going to jump back and forth all over the place. Well, his campaign is known for dangerous health-related misinformation. That's interesting. We just had like years of misinformation from the other side. And I say the other side, I mean the establishment, because he's not the establishment. What about stopping your balding? Pro or anti-Trump? So I'm talking about RFK Jr. So are you, and you're asking if I'm pro or anti-Trump? El Aguilar, you guys are funny. Do I still have no audio? Because it shows I'm not muted or anything. It's back. Okay, that's weird. What am I about? I'm about freedom. And there was a massive mainstream narrative that was almost entirely incorrect, and anyone who thought it was incorrect or differently or raised dissent was punished, even though they were correct, over and over and over again for years. So I'm not about that at all. I'm pretty frustrated with it. And so I make a lot of content to crap all over the mainstream, essentially. And then I do streams. I bring people into the streams. I'll game with people. I'll do reaction videos. I have interviews. Chat with some cool people. What mainstream narrative? Dude. Sounds evasive, more details. Okay, so you know that piece of cloth that they told everyone to put around their face? It didn't work. Doesn't work. Probably more scientific data worldwide that doesn't work than like anything ever in the history of medicine. Yeah, like I looked into that because I was having issues with it. And then the mainstream narrative is you're evil if you won't wear it. No, I'm just anti-lying. Like I wore an N95 to build a wall and work with sheetrock and drywall dust. Yeah. Yeah, and Sailor, no, not really. Like almost no. A do your own research guy. Yeah. Like read a few of the studies from doctors and agree with the doctors in their studies guy. When I read the doctors and their study. Say, oh, okay, well, here's the data. Here's what they say. Show us your virology qualifications. You're funny, dude. Like, I didn't even take a stance. You're straw manning. You're just like, how dare you take this stance? You're not qualified to take this stance. I'm like, I didn't even take a stance. You're like accusing me of a stance and then arguing against the stance I didn't take. And then demanding qualifications is like, you know, experts like basically lied about everything for a very long time. Or were mistaken. Yeah, it could say they were mistaken. But you see them on camera saying one thing and then an email saying something else. And you're like, okay, well, you lied mistakenly or on purpose. Who knows? But either way. Yeah, I'm like a conservative-leaning, libertarian, free-thinking conspiracy theorist gamer. And I don't demand that you abide by whatever my opinion is. You can have whatever your opinion is. That's fine. I just make content, and some people like it. Where's your proof? Yeah, you know what? Let me dig through my files and send it to you. So you can not read it and say the source is bad. Like, I just probably disagree with some of the things that you say, and that's fine. It says some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Okay. Most libertarians fail to understand basic knowledge of how society works. Okay. So it has to be a one side versus the other side, and there is no middle ground. The truth is just what the people with the biggest degree tell you it is, no matter who's funding them to say the thing, or if they said the opposite thing before they got called by the people who are funding them. Okay. Anyways, for the stream title, I was talking about the Sound of Freedom and my editing of a video, piggybacking off the same topic of protecting children, which I'm very much about. Why do I hate on short guys? You've called any guy under 5'8" super unattractive on past lives. Okay, Mike, no, I didn't. Are you talking about lives here? Because I've had like 2 lives here. Larry, that is wildly false about the movie. You literally said you don't date guys under 6'2". Well, I'm a dude and I'm married to a woman. So I didn't talk about my preferences at all. Why did the founder of OUR get fired? I don't know. Sound of Freedom is a conspiracy wet dream. Okay, so are you just like are you like a bot, or is the brainwashing so strong that you just quote titles of articles? Like, that's a talking point right there that's been echoed over and over and over again across media. Not a bot, so that's it. Sound of Freedom is conservative trash. You should probably watch it and then say that. Why did Jim get fired? Come on, do the research. Like every other conservative film. Okay, well, it's so trash that with a $14.7 million budget, they've passed $100 million, and they're doing better than Mission Impossible. So the conservative trash is doing quite well compared to all the woke stuff that is being praised by the media, and it's getting wrecked over and over and over again. Disney's lost like what? Several $100 million in their projects that they've been releasing. Spending a fortune to just make stuff horrible, and no one wants it. And then they make the next thing even more horrible. No one wants that. Rinse and repeat. And then Sound of Freedom, which is Disney's doing just fine. Okay. Okay, that's fine. What's up with all the priests and pastors abusing children? Should we ban kids from churches? No, we should take those pastors and priests and punish them. I would agree. I would say that. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, you're saying you're not a bot, but you got the talking points like copy pasted word for word. So I don't know if that's just echoing around in your brain and then you just got to type it out because it's like screaming to get out. But yeah. Yeah, you're doing so much winning. Thank you, Larry. Appreciate that. I try, but you know, it's hard. Just win all the time. The rule. If you're like, hey, this movie is a conspiracy theory. Hey, this isn't really happening. Talking about children abused by the churches. Yeah, and that's evil, and it should be stopped completely. Taking children to church is a form of grooming. Okay. LOL, 7 people on this live. And 6 are trolls, right? It's unreal. Could you trolls at least like the live? I'd appreciate that. Yes, religion is evil. I agree. It's not what I said. I like that. You make my point for me. But I didn't say religion is evil. There's a lot of people who are evil. Some are religious, some are not religious. What's up with the red states? With having more violent crime rates than blue states? Well, usually it's blue cities in red states. The red cities do pretty okay. How's your messaging going? It's going all right. I mean, there's a lot of bots and trolls and feds that are echoing media narratives. Drones. And it's like the same talking points over and over and over again. I read it in the magazine. I see it on the news headline. I hear it from the news clip itself, exactly word for word. It's like they put out, this is what the words are. And then they go around and then they end up in my comments. This guy is almost textbook MAGA. Okay. Mexican immigrant grandparents from Rochester, New York. Liberal as they come. Get my information from Newsmax and OAN. Now, I probably watched those channels close to zero. Almost no information from those places. That's cool. The assumptions are really cool. All right. Why am I wearing Disney clothes? My sister actually got me this periodic table of Marvel shirt with all of the old Marvel characters, the old comic book ones. So that was a birthday gift from my sister. And it's old school. Why didn't I burn it? I don't have money like that, dude. I don't just like burn stuff. Easily deceived, uneducated, often struggling financially. Wow. Why are conservatives so highly triggered by Bud Light and Target? Well, they're just choosing not to buy the thing that's going against their value system. It's like, why are they so easily triggered? It's like, okay, because of what they did. That's why. What value system? They support Trump, who has zero morals. According to you. And the echoes in your head from all these articles. Okay, where's good still of this? That's good. I like that. You think Trump is think Trump is a man of great morals? Well, I saw that he was helping to fix the border and stop the wars around the world. Abraham Accords, made gas cheaper. I got a raise and an assistant and ate a lot more steak when he was president. Yeah, worked with Tim Ballard at the border to help with that. Said cheated on his wife. Yeah, not perfect. How do you make gas cheaper? Like letting us get the oil from here so we're a net exporter? Or are you talking about that, which I can't say? Stole from charities? Oil production is up since he left office. Wait, so you're talking about like after the lockdowns when no one went anywhere, they had to cut it down? It's up since then. And we're saying that's because of him. There are some delusional haters in here. Thank you, user585. Appreciate that. Trump is embroiled in thousands of lawsuits for failure to pay contractors. Good guy. Oh, man. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of unhinged hate going on. Like they're really venting it out. Thank you for the follow. I got a really cool story that I'm posting in a video. My friend was from Cuba. Movie was a fraud. Okay. Yeah, Tim knows like the kids the movie's based on. That'll be very interesting when their interviews come out. And then the media who's said that it's all a big lie has to see the testimony of these kids who lived a horrendous nightmare life before they were saved by him and his crew. Yeah, that's going to be real awkward. Face plant. But thank you for popping in here to say that the movie is a fraud. It's based on a true story. It wasn't a documentary. They had to like make it entertaining. I'm sure he did a lot more paperwork in real life than he did in the movie. Did Democrats... What? I don't think so. I know a lot of Democrats. They're like kind of mostly normal. Say they have a lot of information they base a lot of their decisions on. It's provably false, like really easily provably false, but hey, it is what it is. Trump separated children from their parents at the border, people who are legally seeking asylum. You're funny. Yeah, they can legally seek asylum if they go to the border at point of entry. Otherwise, they're illegally entering. Illegal immigration. Yeah, like I said, I mean, this is like hardcore. I got some hardcore bot vibes with these, unless you just memorize word for word talking points and rapid post them in people's live streams. And yes, Obama did build those. That was Obama. So she had her little photo shoot staring at the parking lot, crying about the cages that Obama built. Everything you can't dispute. I literally just said that. Yeah, that was Obama that did the kids in cages. Spewing Fox News talking points. I don't watch Fox News. So Obama built the cages. That's true. Is that a Fox News talking point? That AOC was staring at a parking lot and crying? I'm just curious. She's staring at a parking lot and crying. Didn't care when the record number of those things were happening after Trump left and then Biden canceled all of the border protections and the end in Mexico policy or stay in Mexico policy. I would advise maybe some of you check the interviews with Tim Ballard where he talks about border policy since he worked there and how it worked. Obama. Biden never ended any border policies. Dude, like he signed to order them immediately when he started. Stay in Mexico policy. Operation Talon. Okay. That's what I'm dealing with right now. I just think it's funny that it's like, I literally don't watch Fox News on repeat for 24 hours a day. I watch like clips from CNN, MSNBC, Fox. Not really Newsmax and OAN because they're small, I guess. They just don't get passed around that much. You're spewing all their moronic talking points. So you watch Fox News then. I don't have access to the full version of any of those news. I don't have cable. Like I don't use cable. That's pretty funny. So you're uninformed in any way and speaking off sound bits. Do I think Rona is real? Yeah, I had it. It sucked. 2 weeks of suck. Blue states subsidize red states. Okay. I do respect the rapid typing. The rapid response. It's just a nonstop. Do not read actual policies or go online to see multiple sources. Just watch clips. Well, I will say that I watched full many like 8-hour hearings and full phone calls that were an hour long, and all of these full, thorough, boring news stations, and then saw the clips, and it was very interesting to see that. Very doctored up, cut and paste all over the place, chopped and edited. I haven't watched Fox in years. I get my news from multiple sources, but Fox is not one of them. I'm sure you are all the same. Yeah, I don't know. There's definitely some hatred up in here. That's for sure. Vitriol happening. If you're Mike Rothschild on MSNBC or whatever, saying that this is like crazy QAnon stuff, that an elite group run trafficking rings, it's like, bro, Epstein got caught with an island that he had his island parties with his elite friends that he was trafficking kids to. Like, Republican Party has some of the dumbest politicians on the planet. Yeah, that is true. But also the Democrat side, unless you haven't seen them, like, pretty dumb. I'm a normal as the host is. Thank you. Poor people who vote Republican are voting against their own. Oh, that. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Because you're a hero to the poor, right? You're a hero. You care about poor people. And they need to love you because you care about them. And stay where they are. Republicans are more criminal, hate-filled, but Democrats are dumb. Wow. I mean, there's a lot of criminality back and forth for the leadership. Republicans have no policies to help this country. Okay. Okay, Mike with no bio and 0 followers and follows 2,400 accounts has been blocked. It's just very interesting that you have accounts like that. It's like you have no one who follows you. You follow 2,400 people. Your name is something that can get people in trouble for saying. And then you rapid fire talking points of the establishment. You're like, I'm not a bot. I'm not a bot. I'm not a bot. Okay, bud. Maybe. Maybe. That's why we're doing so well after Trump came in. Yeah, I know. It's like that just didn't happen. Like, we didn't just stop. We didn't have the Abraham Accords and bring some peace to the world. Dude walked unarmed in North Korea. told Rocket Man to chill and just like cool down the world. The Little Mermaid, I disagree. One's trying to take people's rights. The other's just... You said, and when Biden took over, he undid everything that Trump had done, and we went downhill. I mean, yeah, look at the executive orders. Like, he undid the order for the $35 insulin just so they could later do it again and then take credit for it. It's like, I have a diabetic sister. That was kind of messed up. Steve on Kick says, why is the left so easily triggered? Everyone's a sinner. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, that's accurate. Totally accurate. No one's perfect. But yeah, it's difficult because, like I said, I got people in here who just come in and trash, and they make horrible points. They say stuff that's just absolutely not true. And then they'll just run through the talking point list. And I'm like, dude, you can't spam chat word for word the talking point list and not be a bot. I just don't feel it. I don't feel it. Like, who just walks around with the list? They're like, let's talk policy. The title is talking about the Sound of Freedom movie. And I'm editing a video that I made about a song with a similar topic. And then people come in, they're like, it's like, are you pro or anti-Trump? And I'm just like, what? And then they just project a bunch of things onto me and then argue against those things. And I didn't even answer the question. The Sound of Freedom is Mormon propaganda. That's interesting. Not seen that. So, don't groom children and abuse them is propaganda for Mormons? I didn't know that. He saved us from a complete economic collapse. Are you talking about Biden? Saying Biden protected us from bad economics? I'm just curious. Trump had issues, but he loves the country and made decisions on that love. I would say that's relatively correct. It gave him the ability to have like a billionaire playboy lifestyle, which I don't agree with. That's not the style that I would want to go with. The producer is a confirmed groomer too. Didn't know that. Hey guys, let's go Brandon. Yeah, I'm there. Love charging us $3 billion to golf for 4 years. Was it $3 billion for golf? That's kind of high. Good afternoon to everyone but Joe Biden. They fund the OUR that pays to rescue kids, but makes bigger market for trafficking. I feel like that's not true, but I'd have to check. I don't get the impression that Operation Underground Railroad is hurting kids, but I cannot confirm or deny that as a fact. I would look to... I love Biden and he needs to keep working. Oh man, bro. OUR has a bad reputation about lying about people they've actually rescued. Okay. Facts don't care about your feelings. Okay. $3 billion in repairs, upgrades to his resorts for Social Security or Secret Service stay, staff stay, military contracts, and his. So why would you support OUR without researching them? I support the mission of protecting children. I have not supported OUR. I support the movie Sound of Freedom. You watch the movie, you support them. I'm pretty sure they're not getting money from the movie, actually, unfortunately. Since it's based on true story, you would think some would go to them, but I don't think any of it is the way they have their agreement set up. You literally gave them money. Yeah, I gave Sound of Freedom money, not OUR. This is disheartening hearing people that have been fooled by the left. It is a little embarrassing but I don't know if they've been fooled or if they're bots, trolls, AIs, or fooled. I mean, they could have been fooled too, but it's not a true story either. It's based on a true story, and he claims to know the kids from the story and that their testimonies are actually going to be coming in like an upcoming documentary. So that'll be very interesting. If it's not a true story, the guy that runs OUR says that it's not true. They completely changed the facts and the story, like the names of the kids, the exact location. I don't know. We'd have to see. But from what I've seen and heard and watched the CCT or C whatever it is, the old footage of the raids, it seemed pretty based on a real story to me. And the girl literally came out and said she didn't meet OUR until after. Well, yeah, they don't meet him during the raid. They meet him way later. He made the story up. He took credit for a girl escaping her captors. I'll have to watch it. Yeah, I'll have to watch her testimony later on. So, did she escape and then OUR found her, like some weird place, and reunited them? I'm just curious. True story is completely different. It's based on a true story. So how completely different do you mean? Because based on true story isn't word for word, scene for scene, exactly the same. It's based on a true story. So I mean, we'd have to see them lined up next to each other. If you've looked at other movies that are based on true stories and then you see the connection, like they take liberties all over the place. Why would I make claims and back the movie without doing research? Because of the facts that are included in the movie and the issue of child trafficking, which I'm absolutely against. And I know that a gigantic policy that benefits that is control over our southern border. So I watch the movie and think it's true. I watch the movie and know that there are millions of people who are enslaved all over the world and children who deal with nightmare life like the children in the movie, and that is absolutely true. That's not researching, it's literally doing exactly what you claim others do. Tim was forced out. He created incentives for trafficking. Love hurts. We the people. Yes, 100%. We all know that is real. That happened. That's not mystery. That's not conspiracy. Some of us is seeing some of. That's not conspiracy. Some of us is seeing some of the pictures of that dungeon. Yeah, you said Black Rel, the Little Mermaid. Children do get used at the border all the time. Yes. Like the exact way that they are used, he explains in an interview, and that is supported by other agents. We the people. You're saying, did Trump fail the children at the border like Biden does? Yeah, sure, you could say that. And then Trump's win is that there were less of them he failed by the policies he enacted. Because you shut down the border, you lower the amount of people that get abused and used for that kind of thing. And then the unfortunate thing is you can't save everyone, you can't protect everyone, but you can try to fight evil the best you can. And I think his policies did do that. Enacted policy that separated the kids. Like, when you get arrested, you get separated from whoever you're with. like for any illegal activity ever. You don't get to stay with the kids. So if you break the law, you get separated from people. That's not for a traffic stop. Well, it's not which is the same crime level. A traffic stop is the same crime level as illegally entering a country. I don't know about that. Yeah, Stacy. They're trying to hide the issue of trafficking by shutting the movie down and calling it all conspiracy, psychotic conspiracy. Obviously not. It was also people asking for asylum. That's not illegal. Yeah, it's not illegal if they go to the point of entry. They can ask for asylum at the point of entry. That's legal. It is illegal to cross illegally. It's not legal. How about you let guests in? Ha! Yeah, no. I'm literally banned on YouTube right now because of what guests said on my live. So I'll pass on having the random guests come into my TikTok live. Where is any of that in the movie? Pageant. The movie is showing all over the country in major theaters. How is that shutting it down? No, the media narrative is trying to shut it down. They're trying to dissuade people from seeing it and calling it debunked conspiracy and wild, all this crazy stuff. Like they're saying that they're perpetuating conspiracy. It's like, no, they're not perpetuating conspiracy. They're saying stuff that happens that's evil and should be rooted out and stopped. Conservative victimhood complex is what's actually happening here. Okay. It would be awesome if they did. Majority of illegals in their country are Europeans overstaying visas. Okay. Now, is that because of the app where they've set it up? Why is there no push to remove them? Well, I think the issue is with the cartels. I'm Mexican. I have Mexican immigrant grandparents who are migrant workers who came here. So if you're going to say this is some kind of a racist thing to oppose the cartels running the border, that's the issue. It's not because they're brown. It's because the cartel runs the southern border. So people who came here legally on a visa and then they have their visa expire and they're having to work on fixing that is definitely different than people being trafficked by the cartels into the border. And you're like, it's racist. Like, bro, come on. I'm Mexican. Mexican immigrant, migrant worker, grandparents. And I'm not dumb enough to think that it's a good thing to allow the cartels to have full control over the southern border. Mexicans can still be racist like yourself. Oh, okay. Yeah, that it is true. Like, everyone can be racist. You got to stop watching right-wing propaganda. You're becoming one of the sheep. That's funny. One of the sheep. Oh my God. They also don't walk across subs, planes, trains, and so much more. Thoughts on Ballard being outed as a complete liar. Must be an American citizen to join the military. It's true. You sound exactly all the same. Okay. Well, you in the chat, a lot of you sound very similar. Very similar programming. It is what it is, man. So I'm posting a story from my friend. He was born in Cuba on the fifth largest tobacco plantation in Cuba. And then Che Guevara came and took out all the men in his family that were there at the time, stole the plantation from them. And then they set him up with the children indoctrination in the schools. It was very interesting. And then they fled Cuba, came here, and then he enlisted and did 4 tours in the Navy to pay back the U.S. for saving him from communism. Yeah, user 585, no worries, dude. Totally cool. I'm just doing what I can here at this moment. They want you to worship the government, not God. Yes. I had Armando in. He talked about in Cuba when he was a kid in his classroom, like kindergarten or first grade. And they told everyone to like put a blindfold on. And then they said, all right, everyone pray to Jesus for a piece of candy. And all the kids did it. And they said, take the blindfold off. And like nothing happened. They said, all right, put the blindfold back on. They said, all right, pray to Fidel Castro for a piece of candy. Please, Fidel Castro, give me a piece of candy. And then they took the blindfolds off and there's a piece of candy on their desk. So like from day one as a kid, they were getting in your head that God is pointless and Fidel Castro, the communist totalitarian government, will provide for you if you obey. There's been so many stories of veterans being deported, bro. Do your research. I'm not military, never have been military, don't pretend to be. So I don't have stories on veteran issues or paperwork requirements, any of that stuff. That's not my argument to make. But my buddy who came here, he was a kid when he came here, became a U.S. citizen, and then joined the Navy for 4 tours as a U.S. citizen that was an immigrant from Cuba. No illegal walking across the border is a criminal? Why would billion-dollar cartels walk? You're saying like because they have too much money to walk, so they would come in a Rolls Royce? Like, what are you saying, dude? Like, I don't know. I can't tell sarcasm on text, and I'm on 4 screens, so forgive me if that's not what you mean. There's just a lot of bots in here. These free thinkers are hilarious. Are you talking about me being hilarious? Some people think I'm funny, but it's like 50-50. Unless you're talking about the ones that came in and they're just posting, like reposting talking points rapid fire. They're the free thinkers. It's like, okay, that's a pretty big echo I'm hearing. They literally have submarines, trains, planes, boats, trucks, tunnels. Why walk? Okay, sheep. Oh, okay, got it. So you're... Okay. Blocked. Yeah, I don't really have time for this. You're just like, the cartels would send a submarine with somebody because they have so much money. It's like, no, they have so much money because they sold their soul for money. And so they do horrible things for money. And they put people in horrible conditions for money. Like, are you serious? And the White House, Biden, yeah, I read your comment. I'm not reading it out loud, but it's funny, and I like it. Thank you, love. Hurts. Bro, like, you gotta get out of here with this fakeness. So, like I said, one side, good people. Other side, definitely bad people. So now we're gonna go to Tyson James. And yeah, I don't know when you got in here, but just so you know, I'm editing on a computer and I'm streaming on Kick. So if you pop over to my all caps Freedom to Think on Kick, you can see what I see and hear what I hear. But TikTok so graciously refused to give me the RTMP codes, so I can't do the same kind of streaming that I do on YouTube and Rumble and Kick on TikTok. But either way, I appreciate all the likes, the follows, the shares to the stream. And I'm gonna keep posting on here since they let me on. But I got a few more days left till my YouTube ban is over, and then I can keep posting on there. Go figure, TikTok banned you after you hit 3K on your main. Yeah, exactly. So this is my 4th TikTok account. Why'd I get banned on YouTube? Well, I had somebody from the RFK Jr. campaign come into my stream with a third person, and then they got chatty and basically started discussing stuff that they weren't allowed to discuss on YouTube. So, banned. You said that's your third? Yeah, that makes sense. You said South Arizona has gotten bad. Now I'm in Vermont. I haven't seen it get as bad so far. Yeah, I can imagine Southern Arizona would be rough right now. Be looking like kind of how France is dealing with having mass quantities of people get just dropped in the middle, and they're all ghosts. Like nothing's tied to their name. They're not in any system, and then they can just do whatever they want. It's like anarchy. Had a video that he dropped called Taken. Yeah, love hurts, no worries. And my bio has the link to the YouTube, so you could see that. And then my YouTube has links to everywhere else, including Kick. So if you can follow the rabbit trail. But take it easy. I believe, let's fact check this. Video that he dropped called Taken, I believe. Let's fact check this. Let's see. What do? I make content on YouTube. I started with just share posting, memes and stuff like that. What do I think of the new bill in Congress that will require identification to post online? I mean, obviously, I think anonymous posting in the era of people getting canceled for stating things that are true, that needs to be protected. There needs to be anonymous online for some things. I know why people say they don't want it. You're like, you could be a bully and you can like shit post people and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, yes, that's accurate. There's mean people that hide behind like an anime picture. I know they come in my lives and troll. So it's definitely a both ways thing, but I agree with freedom more often than not, and I see that it would be a tool used to silence dissent. That's usually what happens. So the people in power, right or left, would create tools to silence dissent. So I'm not for that. There needs to be freedom to disagree. They're pushing it in the name of child protection. Yeah, see, they always, there's like the there's definitely some good aspects to that I could see. It says that would be insane. You need ID to shit post. Yeah, they're like, you can't make memes about Biden without everyone in your work knowing it was you that did it. And it's like, okay. Sometimes you just got to make that meme. You got to get it off your chest. Combating misinformation is a big deal. People should be held accountable for lying. Well, I would say that. I agree, but I disagree because people put themselves in charge of what the truth is, and they're often wrong or lying, and then they punish people who aren't spreading misinformation but are just debating facts and opinions. And you're like, your opinions are misinformation. My opinions are what gets to be shared. So I just disagree completely with that. You can debate opinions, not facts. Correct, but there's people who have put themselves in charge of the facts who are wrong, and then they're canceling people saying their facts are wrong when they're not, and then they're getting them in trouble. Only one side relies on alternative facts. Oh, that's a good one. We've got Russiagate fakeness, the PP hoax fakeness. We got like so much going on right now. And the Twitter files, like you could look at the Twitter files and you see the manipulation from one side, and then they accuse the other side of being the ones that are like pushing a fake reality. It's like, okay, bud, got you. Trump being held accountable in court for committing whatever, for being alleged against something. Well, I don't hold people account for what they've been alleged to do, because people lie about the alleging, like they did about Russia and the Ukraine thing and both impeachments. So I don't think people should be held accountable to what people accuse them of doing. I prefer to be to what they actually did, proven in a court of law. It was decided in court he was liable for what he did. Oh, are you talking about with the lady that he didn't know, who said that he really loved her? And she was like posting about how she loved his show after she alleged he had abused her? Because, yeah, it's showing like he didn't do it in the court. And then they're saying that he's liable for defamation of the lady who lied about him when he said she lied. So he got defamation for saying, I disagree, this person's a liar, I don't know who this is. And then in court they proved that was the case, but then still got him in trouble for defamation. So I see why you don't like facts. Okay, bot number 2. Blocked. Like, how do you do that? Sound of Freedom is nothing but a religious grift. That's interesting. What type of proof do I need to believe that Trump did something bad? Well, when the lady went on with, is it Alice Cooper? The Cooper guy, whatever the freaking his name is. And she was talking crazy talk. Like, she was super, super crazy. And then they followed the trail of breadcrumbs and old tweets and stuff, and she's like a stalker of Trump after she had allegedly been abused by him. So it was like everything pointed to her being a complete lunatic and liar. And they proved that he didn't do what she accused him of doing, but then they got him in trouble for defamation anyway. Some people always give him the benefit of the doubt regardless. No, because he recommended that we get the juice. And I said, absolutely not. Not if Trump showed up in Marine One in the field behind my house and told me to do it for my country, I would say no. Because I looked into that from my side, and the doctors that I was checking their data led me to the conclusion, based on my age and health and natural immunity, that I was not going to do that. And he was selling the victory of getting that pushed in a fast period of time. And I didn't celebrate it with him. Disagree. And no chance. So yeah, I'll call out whoever on any side, don't care. But that's an easy one from the Trump side. Like, he pushed that and I wasn't down with it. What a dumb thing to be proud of. You're talking about him? Yeah, it's not looking good right now. So if the courts find him guilty of the charges he's been arraigned, will you believe the court? Well, that's a good question. That is a legitimate good question. And the answer is not really when you look at the data, because I'm seeing like, oh, you're talking to me. That's something stupid, dumb thing to be proud of. That's interesting. That I disagree with somebody I mostly agree with. That I'm not completely in line with one person. I'm proud of that. That I can think independently of a large group. Yeah, I am proud of that. Absolutely. Like, I can agree and support somebody in some things, but not all things. I don't follow the crowd mindlessly. But anyways, like the Mike Sussman case, they showed he basically did everything he was accused of doing in video, in email, and documentation. And then they just dismissed it anyway. And then Mike Flynn got set up, and then he gets guilty. You get what I'm saying? Like, you have the George Floyd thing coming out where he's trying to do an appeal, and the autopsy says there was no physical harm that led to his demise. It was the amount of dope to take out an elephant that was in his system. Why is it so wrong to agree with some things and disagree with other things? I don't know. Like, that's how I feel. I agree with some things and disagree with other things. There's not one person I agree with on everything. The autopsy did not say that. I just like read. Wonder if I can find it. Okay. Yeah, on page 2. No life-threatening injuries identified of the autopsy. And then there's quantities from the blood, drug, and novel psychoactive substances screens showing quantities of different substances that were large enough to take the dude out. So I'm reading it right here, and then you're saying stop lying. I found it. It says that didn't cause. So your resource. See ya, bud. I can't show you. What do you? It's TikTok. This is TikTok live. Corby, fake news. Yeah, it's tough, man, because I don't know who's a troll, who's a bot, who's just intolerable as a commenter. And I can't just sit here and be abused nonstop because I don't have the time for it. I'm working on other stuff. Okay. But I'm just like, I read this. They're like, no, you didn't. Show your source. And I'm like, I'm okay. It says, I miss the days where people could actually have an open debate. Dude, me too. I like I'm the brown face of white supremacy, apparently, according to half of these people. Like, you're a brainwashed Trump sheep. Like, what? What are you talking about? What'd they arrest him for anyway? That was counterfeit money. He's using counterfeit money to buy stuff, from what I understand. Yeah, you are a truth hurts, doesn't it, Chad? Thank you. Appreciate that. Says, man, can't we have a barbecue and chill? I wish, dude. I totally wish. Steve on Kick says, the fighting amongst ourselves is exactly what the establishment wants. When the sheep are fighting each other, it makes it easy target for the wolves. Yes. Thank you, Steve from Kick. And that is totally accurate. So I'm just like, dude, I'm like from Rochester, New York, super liberal area, and I was a super anti-establishment, anti-George Bush person growing up, and that was totally acceptable in society to be an anti-establishment, anti-war, anti-all this stuff person. And then now it's like, if you don't lick the boots of all these people, you're a racist, a fascist, or whatever. It's like, dude, how are the people licking the boots of the establishment, of the government, of the big corporations, the anti-fascists, with the government coordinating with the big industry to like crush dissent? And you're the anti-fascist? Like, do you understand the gymnastics there? If you support Trump, you're exactly like him. Tell me that's not the truth. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. I'm just like, bro. The answer is no. I'm not exactly like somebody if I support them. There's not one single person I agree with completely about everything, including Trump. That document behind you equals freedom. Constitutional. There's some wild stuff going on all over the place. Okay, maybe you're not exactly like them, but you think like them and agree with them. Is that correct? No, not all of them. Not all of the time. I'm an individual person. And there's no other person that I agree with completely. So, this person says, we need more MAGA on TikTok. I don't follow, like, I just got back to TikTok because I'm banned on YouTube. So, I don't know how much MAGA is on TikTok. What's different with you than them? What do you disagree with? Well, I literally already said the Operation Warp Speed success celebration. I wasn't with that. No thanks. So that gets spewed all around as this great, wonderful thing that we need to be cheering for and proud of and pushing on to everyone. And I'm just like, no, it's like for the people that want it, and it's not for the people who don't want it, and that's fine. DeSantis then? No, I'm not for DeSantis. Dude completely 180'd on policy after his donors called him and said, hey, boy, you're not going to do this and this. Yeah, anyone that gets the call from their real bosses and then totally flips, I'm not with that. As soon as he gets the leads, the reins, he's in charge. He's going to do whatever the puppet masters tell him to do. So do I think Trump is a criminal? I would say, of what? Like, because there's a lot of things that he's accused of doing that are just wild accusations that are absolutely false. And then there's people that say he's a criminal based on those things that are false. It's like, he might be a criminal based on other things that are true, and I'd be fine with that. But I'm not calling someone a criminal based on things that are false and then just like disagreeing with the truth to say that they're false. And it's like, dude, okay, come on. It says they're not accusations. They have factual information, videos, tapes, recordings. Oh, you're talking about... It's 89. Feel it. He's absolutely a criminal. Let me guess. You support Trump. Comrade. Okay. Yeah, like, let's project everything on Biden. And then look at the facts and see who's actually the criminal. Name a politician that isn't a criminal. It's a lot... Just own it and lean into it. Be honest. Nah, Biden is not good. Thank you, comrade. I agree with that. But yeah, no, I mean, I voted for Trump twice, and I'd vote for him again. So I'm not saying that I don't support him in policy and that I would support him over other options. Can also find many that didn't rip children from their parents at the border and then have the... How long have you been on HRT? Am I okay with fake electors? Freaking criminal and you love him, you'll vote for him again. No wars under Trump. True. Trump loves Epstein Island. No. Trump threw Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago because he came on to a friend's younger kid. Bro just wants to ignore all my comments. I wonder if they auto-deleted. I don't remember seeing any of your comments. He's a traitor. Okay. That's okay, though. When he let them just go into Turkey, right? That was okay. Trump was all over the island flight logs. No, he wasn't. What would it take for me to disavow Trump? Really? You support Trump? He was. He literally was. Yeah, no, he was on the plane. He didn't go to the island. Like, he used the plane to go somewhere else. One of the planes. So it's a conspiracy. On the plane when kids were there. You guys are... Enjoy a beautiful day knowing how much you truly matter. I appreciate that. That was really cool. Anyone who supports Trump is a fascist. I'm sure, comrade, you believe that. Trump kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. Yes, he did. Unemployment is all-time low. Thanks, Biden, for fixing Trump's recession and mess. Bro, dude, you gotta be kidding me right now. Please list things Trump has been convicted of already fraud, abuse, etc. Actually, no, he didn't. Yeah, he did not. LOL. I would like to debate you about the movie. I'm not debating the movie. I was just talking about the content that I've made. It's a total sham. Only uneducated people will believe. It's based on a true story. Based. So not every single thing or name or place is correct. It's just based on a true story. Trump hates me. Well, that's kind of strong. Don't know about that. It's a total sham. No, it's exaggerated. Okay. It may be exaggerated how much he like physically fought people versus just tricking them in the raids, you know, or the people. Trump University, fraud. Now, is that fraud or is it just like capitalism? He sold something and people bought it. He knows I'm weak-minded. That's funny. Trump incited an attack on Americans. Man, it is exhausting blocking all these people. Yes, it's Tyson James Taken, and it's got 24,000 views. But I appreciate all the likes, all the follows, people checking out the content, trying to blow this up while I'm banned on YouTube for a short time, hopefully. But my latest video I just posted here during this was my buddy Armando's story from Cuba with them trying to indoctrinate the kids. Pretty wild. So you check that out, share that, because that's something else. Conservative Lioness, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. And then I'm streaming on Kick. I also stream on Rumble and YouTube when I'm not banned. So I'll be back there. Convicted fraud. Look it up. Thank you. So I'm new to streaming on TikTok. So do people just come in all the streams and just trash the people in there? Is that like always all the time, or is that just like a today thing? Is that just Fridays? Or is it because of my dorky shirt and the place I am in the studio? So, like his video, I'll link it below. But first, go into CloudCam. Got to buy the song. Support Tyson. Convicted of fraud. Where you can buy the song. He's a fraud. Will also be linked below. This man, he also got convicted of defaming the lady who lied about the essay. So she lied. He said she lied. He got convicted of defaming the lying person. Okay. And my position is him as a president, which is kind of the point. And yeah, it's like, when was he convicted? I don't remember the conviction or the jail time. I mean, I might not know. And MFS, what's up? Not much. Just rocking out in this. Little Mermaid a while back, but he lost in court a lot for not paying workers. I'm bored as hell. What's good? Hey, Krager, what's up? I'm just editing on Kick, streaming there, and then editing here. Well, I've been posting here, and then on live here on my phone. So, got TikTok on this screen. Got my DaVinci Resolve for my YouTube video down here, and then my chat for Kick in my Streamlabs. So it's kind of busy in here right now, but I'm reading and talking to you guys in the TikTok chat because I haven't gone on TikTok live in a really, really long time. what won't I answer? That he said that like Trump's a fraud and lost in court as a fraud, and the banks in the U.S. wouldn't give him a loan. There you go. Hello, smile. Thank you. But I don't know what the question is other than he lost in court on a fraud case. That's what they're saying. So it's like, denounce him. Denounce him. I'm like, I don't know, man. I kind of like the policy while he was president. And his son wasn't selling the family name for favors for millions of dollars to different countries around the world that I remember. And writing off stuff I can't even talk about to the IRS, which is also kind of wild. Trump is the worst, is worse than just a fraud. Okay. What policy specifically? Name one policy that helped me. Oh, I thought the drilling was good to make us a net producer. I thought the Abrahams were good. Abraham Accords were good. Ivanka got billions from Saudi Arabia. Billions? She took billions? We have to look into that. Billions is a lot of money. Her and Jared. You're fine with fake elections and the big lie, and yes, 2 billion. See ya, dude. If Jared Kushner broke the law, then he can go to jail. I'm good with it. If he actually did what they're accusing him of doing. If he did it, and it's proven, and the evidence is laid out, then that's fine. Punish away. I'm great with punishing both sides for doing the things that they do that are bad. I don't like the targeted persecution of one side and being held to a standard that the other side is not held to. That's where I run into problems. Also be links below. This man is heavily censored, shadow banned, canceled all the time. So he depends on us. Trump tried to overthrow our government. Are you talking about with the peacefully, patriotically make your voices heard that they edited into sounding like not that? One person at a time buying these songs to fund the mission. You know what I mean? Okay, let's see if it shows when it was. Doesn't show, but I found it. How about all the fake electors? Buying it for the stream. And like I said, that's why I demonetize the streams, because I want to play the music that I buy in these reviews during the gaming. And as soon as one of them starts, they copyright the stream and then take all the revenue. But I don't want elevator music in my streams. You know what I'm saying? That's lame. That's weak sauce. We're not here for that. You guys can go watch some crappy 2-bit. You guys can go watch some crappy 2-bit stream where they don't get dubbed. Did he say that? I don't remember him saying that. Oh my gosh. How about those JWST photos? Guys stuff. Don't know what that is. Dubs. Where they're not crushing and then don't get dubs. Where they're not crushing and then they have crappy music too. Nobody wants that. Space photos. Oh, I gotta check that out. I like the craziness with all that. Trump agreed with the sentiment, but the people storming the Capitol said it. Oh, like Ray Epps? Like those kind of people? Like, Trump agreed with the sentiment. Oh, okay. That's not the same as saying something and then having people who say the stuff held accountable for what they do. I agree with holding accountable people for what they do individually, not holding other people accountable for what other people do. That's an individual thing. So him saying peacefully and patriotically, make your voice heard, is not inciting anything. That's crazy talk. And then, like I said, having the other side directly incite violence, and then they're fine. But then he says that, which is the opposite, and then gets blamed. So that's where I have the problem. I don't like double standards like that. All right. Well, I have really liked the videos and songs that I've reviewed of Tyson. It could be considered a dog whistle, though. A dog whistle. Peacefully and patriotically make your voice heard, compared to Kamala Harris saying they're not going to stop and they shouldn't stop. It's a movement that's going to happen with the rioting across the country. So you're going to talk about dog whistle compared to the actual thing that's happening? Come on. Tyson. If there's any more that I should be looking at, put them in the comments below. Because, yeah, she's talking to betas and he's talking to alphas. I mean, that's not completely inaccurate, although there were a lot of betas that were at the Capitol while he was still doing the speech, and they were breaking in already because he wasn't done. 45 minutes walk away. So, yeah, the betas were there at the front. I'm just saying. It's crazy. Oh, you are a planar spectrum quado interdependental hypersphere. I don't know about that. That's kind of crazy. With the Hubble, with the scopes, I'll definitely look through some more. And I have a couple in the queue to be edited, but that's a surprise. And you only know if you're a channel member and you've seen the other lives. But it is what it is. Hang on, let's look at the chat here. Go back. Dagnard, you see all soldiers send them. Yeah, I saw that. Do you believe they want floating wall? Bad guys punch holes in it. What? That. We need a good man and woman to help with trafficking with the border. Yes, definitely. That was an embarrassment of an interview. From Jessica, which one were you talking about? What's up, Thrune? Keep going. You got to clean the gunpowder off your glasses. John, Rolling Stone. Oh, Jessica, you're probably talking about the one with Rothschild. Yeah, that was brutal. I got pretty. Glenn, you're with Diesel Water. Quinnen supports this 100. Dagnar Flash from Ejected Shell. Glenn. Benjamin, yeah, they Exactly. They're like, oh, I saw that in that movie and it was fake in the movie, so it's fake in real life. It's like, okay, that's an interesting way of completely disproving something. What if you've seen the forms where it shows the ages and how much has been collected and for how long and the location? That starts to freak you out a little bit, you know. Dagnar, been there. Brett, he's amazing, except that he said Donald Trump is compromised. He's not thinking outside the box. He's amazing, except that he said He's amazing, except that he said Donald Trump is compromised. He's not thinking outside the box of that. Statement. I would agree.
I'm just editing a video.
And I said that in my bodies video. You should watch that. That was a good one. And Tyson retweeted my video and said he liked it. So I think that he even he saw that and was like, okay, maybe I need to look into this a little bit. 'Cause that's the whole point. Kristen, we need a Wonka Vader. Kristen, we need a Wonka Vader. That's
Muffins.
awesome. Jessica,
Love
yeah,
the name.
okay. Yeah,
That's
I read
hilarious.
that right. Hinting to something a really long time ago. Okay, okay. Thanks for bringing this stream to us. You are very welcome. Kristen, we need a Wonka Vader. That's awesome. Jessica, yeah, okay. Yeah, I read that right. Inside the box of that. Where they don't get dubs. Where they're not crushing. And then they have crappy music too. Nobody wants that. All right, well, I have really liked the videos and songs that I've reviewed of Tyson. If there's any more that I should be looking at, put them in the comments below. Because, yeah, I'll definitely look through some more. And I have a couple in the queue to be edited, but that's a surprise. And you only know if you're a channel member and you've seen the other. Kristen, we need a Wonka Vader. Thanks for bringing this stream to us. You are very welcome. Yeah, I really wanted to. I disagree. A long time. Thanks for bringing this stream to us. You. Hunter was hinting to something a really long time ago. Mike's Truth, thank you. Yeah, I agree. At least have good acting or coherent editing in your propaganda. Wow, dude. Okay, okay. Thanks for bringing this stream to us. You are very welcome. Yeah, I really wanted to do this. I know it started late, but it is what it is. All right, well, let's get into this video, but we had to talk about that. Okay, okay. Thanks for bringing this stream to us. You are very welcome. Yeah, I really wanted to do this. I know it started late, but it is what it is. All right, well, let's get into this video. Mike, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Cheesy, what's up? But we had to talk about that. It's getting hot up in here, I'm not gonna lie. The studio. July in Georgia. Starting to feel it. I'm trying to edit this video on my other monitor while the phone's running the live. See if we could get some follows, some likes, some shares. I appreciate all of it. So far, there's been a lot of hate. Not surprising. You just exist on the internet and you get lots of hate. And boy, there's a like a professional level here on TikTok. They're like, the movie's terrible because it's racist. It's like, what's racist about it that they have like 98% one race in a country that had those people? Like, they got the people from the countries they're with? I don't know, man. Steve says if you try to please everyone, you'll please no one. Yeah, you're right, buddy. And if someone's just going to sit here and trash and thrash behind a anime picture, I'm just blocking them. I'm like, yeah, I don't have time for this. You can go argue with someone else. It's like I got 4 screens running. I can't have somebody just copy pasting left-wing talking points and calling me an idiot.
Take it. No one hears their cry. Just left in the world alone.
Oh, he's gonna do it. Okay. All right. For one, everyone knows I have the cloud cam. So I really like the clouds. He did a good job. Those are not super easy to make, but they do add a really cool effect. But yeah, it's got a nice tune. It sounds like maybe he got his wife to sing with him. Maybe, thanks for joining. Perhaps. For that background vocal. That was nice. So we'll see. Because some of these guys, they rap, but they can also sing. Really nice.
Left in the world alone.
I'm just editing my video on Tyson James' Taken song. Which is really nice.
No one's asking why. God, let the truth be known. Let the truth be known.
Oprah gon' get it, the Clintons gon' get it. Epstein, he got it, giving God all the credit. They some sick individuals, trafficking subliminals. They
So Oprah gonna get it. That was epic. Clinton's gonna get it. Epstein got it. Dude, okay, he's gonna make a list. He's getting a list. Oh, I love that. I love that so much. And yeah, did you see the like John of God guy that was Oprah's buddy? That was like, he got like 99 years for what he was doing. So yeah, all those people are in it. And that's why they're so freaked out about this movie. Because they don't want everyone knowing that they go on tourist vacations to go, mess around in that area. It's psycho. It's crazy. And like, they're exposed. They're so exposed. Their ass is hanging out in the wind. It is not good right now. Yeah, Christy says he's naming them right out the gate. I'm going back so we can hear the names again. We want this list. 351 likes. I appreciate that. And look at those, just freshly back to children, man. Freshly back to TikTok and everything.
Let the
really
truth
cool.
be known.
Oprah gon' get it, the Clintons gon' get it. Epstein, he got it, giving God all the credit. They some sick individuals, trafficking subliminals. They've been doing Satan.
Just thought I could chat with some of you guys while I'm editing on my other computer. Streaming on Kick. Got banned from YouTube for a week, so just going all over tech right now. Phone is about to die though, so only gonna be a few more minutes.
Satanic rituals. This ain't minimal, I'm in the whirlwind. This perverted generation is discouraging. I'm determined with the burner to run up on the person doing the hurt. And I'm learning, I'm firm, I know God'll open the curtain. Expose Hollywood. If I could light a match and burn it down, I probably would.
Expose Hollywood. If I could light a match and burn it down, I would. That is so crazy, dude. That is so good. Oh, Tyson, you're a beast, man. I love this song. That's so good. We're keeping it real here, dude. Good. We're keeping it real here, dude. Gotta edit. Gotta make these nice. You know what I'm saying? Real here, dude.
Curtain. Expose Hollywood.
Not crappy
If I could
videos.
light a match and burn it down, I probably would. I can make a difference, and I'm trying, even though I'm just a rapper. And I'ma say that all lives matter. Pray for the
Take
kids.
it. No one hears the cry. Just left in the world alone. Left in the world alone. Take it. No one's asking why. God, let the truth be known.
Dude, he had the guy roll up with the lollipops. The kids run up, and then the mom's like, where they at? You know, they're just gone. And you see those clips, those scary CCTV footage clips where it's like that, and then the kid's gone. It's wild. So, I mean, props to him for like making that into a song and showing the visual of what it's like. But it happens. And it's crazy. So him saying he wants to roll up on those people and, you know, torch the whole situation, I think we all mutually agree on that. And John Presley, this song is Taken, Tyson James. Linked in the description will be where you can buy it and the original song itself, so you can go listen to it. I really appreciate you guys coming to the live. I don't know if I'll be back on today, but definitely ever. I'm gonna be giving you a little bit of behind the scenes and some chatting here on TikTok. So check me out, YouTube in the bio, and then my Kick link is once you get over to YouTube. I got all my links over there. So take it easy, guys. Oprah's getting it. Mel Gibson and Jamie Foxx have trashed her recently. Yeah. That's good, man. I gotta roll out, Steve. I appreciate it. I haven't eaten yet. Good stream, though. We're clocking the hours on Kick. They got me needing 30 hours. Let's see. What is it? How many? 30 hours in 30 days. Stream for 12 days in 30. I got 4. Viewers are low, but I'm trying to get them imported from other places. So that's the dream. I'm going to keep working